After Gluskabe had defeated his brothers, he went to where the people were dancing to join them. Dancing! My favorite! So why don't two people whispering to each other instead of dancing?
Gluskabe is just one of the groups of people.
Excuse me, what's going on? What are you talking about?
The people who had been friendly before were now less friendly.
Chishti! The likes of you wants to know.
What you don't know already?
Gluskabe was mad because Chishti was a very insulting word.
Like a swear word?
Yes, like a swear word.
Check please.
Chishti yourself!
Gluskabe twisted that person's nose so hard, it came off.
Hey, look, got your nose.
It came off? Holy Cheshti! Gluskabe went into where they were dancing and joined the dance.
Gluskabe and the people danced and danced, round and round, a birch bark container that held something magical. It's beautiful, bright and pure. It's liquid and solid and light and golden.
Gluskabe then realized that the container held.
Why, this birch bark container. It must be full of summer. I can almost smell the breeze from here. At that moment, amongst the dancers, Gluskabe saw two beautiful, young and comely girls. Yes?
I think you mean young women.
Hello, my name's Gluskabe. Hi, I'm Gluskabe, and I'm pleased to meet you.
My name is Gluskabe, and I'm pleased to meet you.
My name is Gluskabe, and I'm da.
You know, it's not very polite.
It's not very polite.
In fact, it's kind of mean.
In fact, it's kind of mean.
Cut that out.
Cut that out.
I mean it.
I mean it.
Fine, go back to dancing if you're going to be so rude.
We will. Just not with you. Gluskabe was angry at being mocked.
But he knew just how to pay the girls.
Young women!
Young women. Back.
When the dancing carried them past Gluskabe, he reached out and touched them on the back.
Did you touch my back? No. Weird.
And with that, the young women began to change.
I feel so strong.
Before the circle came around again, the young women had turned into toads.
Hey, who let these toads in here? Yes, we must keep dancing to protect the N-E-R.
We need to G-U-A-R-D the S-U-F-F-E-R by D-A-N-C-I-N-G.
All right, you get it. You can spell it.
Keep dancing! And the people kept dancing. So where was that?
Gluskabe knew he wanted to steal the summer for his people. There's too many of them. I can't distract them. I can grab a piece of someone for it's dark in here. Gluskabe did more than wish for dark. Elijah has it.
Gluskabe's thoughts made it happen.
I never thought that the power I felt from this gift would make my spirit feel weak. Taking and taking. Learning later there is no reward for greed. And there is no one person who needs more. This world is all of ours, a gift itself, and so much more. I took for granted which the ways I was taught, ignoring grandmother's lessons and my thoughts. Trying to make right what I mistakenly attempted. We are all creators' makings, abundant and splendid. My people need me to learn from this lesson, move forward, amending, making future generations, past and present, proud of me, and know that I do my best to represent them.
In the darkness and confusion, Muscabe was able to steal close to the container filled with summer and grab a handful. Going!
And then Muscabe ran away.
There! That's better!
Did you hear that?
Was that you?
It's Summer! Summer's making that noise!
Look, there are fingerprints where someone has S-T-L-L-E and a piece of S-U-M-M-E-R.
Just say it for Pete's sake.
When you need it all.
Someone has to see Summer!
I bet it was that guy.
What guy?
The Billy Almanac.
What stranger?
That took my nose. For real, he took my nose.
Let's get him!
Wait! Let's send the crows!
Muscabe ran swiftly away. Muscabe ran swiftly away from the people who guarded Summer.
Suddenly, he heard something pursuing him. It was the people who had guarded Summer. What's that? Crows? I'm done for. Unless
Muscabe remembered something before his long journey.
he remembered asking his grandmother to make something for him.
What is it you want, Muscabe?
Could you cut some rawhide strings and roll them into a ball?
What for, Muscabe?
I have a feeling they're going to come in handy.
All right, Gwennis, I'll make a few extra. Just.
Thank you, no.
Muscabe pulled out one of the rawhide balls as he was running.
And attached it to his head.
Look, there he is!
Tear his head off!
Or at least his nose.
Come and get it!
One of the biggest crows caught up with Muscabe and readied his claws.
With a swoop and a caw, the crow grabbed the ball of rawhide off Muscabe's head. I did it! I tore his head off!
With that, the crow flew back to show his prize to the other crows.
Look here. I have his head.
It doesn't look like a head. Where are the eyes? Where's the mouth? Where's the nose?
What is this? We've been tricked! Get it! Uh-oh. Your mother was right. Just always have a spare just in case.
Fly, fly, fly!
Die!
Ouch! I have it. I have his head.
And the crows all flew away in triumph. Until...
Oh, come on! Well, let's go get him.
Do we have to?
Yep, I'm tired.
Let's just go home!
The crow people, exhausted and frustrated, went back to their home, still angry at Muscabe.
Muscabe, finally free of his pursuers, continued on his journey until he saw...
Smell! Out there! On the horizon! I'm back where I started!
Then he saw something that looked familiar.
My snowshoes! Right where I left them! But, where's my eye? Muscabe looked around.
As best as he could with only one eye, but could not find his eye. Hi, Muscabe, baby.
Hi, Chickadee. Remember when I was here a while ago?
Yeah?
Remember how I took out my eye?
Yeah.
Remember I put it right over there next to my snowshoes?
Yeah.
Well, it's gone. Do you know where it went?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate?
On what?
My eye! Where's my eye?
Oh, that. TT lady. The one down took it.
Took away!
Wherever it is, the one down to the guys, I suppose.
Well, thanks a lot.
Bye, Muscabe, baby.
Diggly! Horned Owl, come here!
What for?
I need to talk to you.
About what?
Stuff?
What's up?
Give me back my
I
eye!
don't have it anymore.
Fine, I'll take one of yours. Ah! There!
Oh, remind me never to talk to you again. Blue Sky walked down the snow.
The air grew colder and colder around him as he journeyed into the winter land.
Then Blue Sky saw an ice house. This was an ice house he remembers.
I remember this place. I have some unfinished business here. Muskabe went inside the ice house and, just like before, the door shut tightly behind him. Remember me, grandfather?
Buenas.
Without saying a word, he brought out the piece of summer he'd stolen.
He set it down to face the old man. Then the air grew warm, then hot, then very hot.
Buenas. It is very hard. It is better than you leave.
It is very hot. It is better that you leave. But Gluskabe didn't leave. Gluskabe mocked him.
It is better that you go away.
It is better that you would go away.
As the old man sat,
With sweat pouring down his face,
he said,
Grandson, it is very hard. Go away.
"It's very hot. Go away." It grew hotter and hotter, and the old man sweated even more.
Grandson, I beg you.
"Grandson, I beg you."
Muskabe mocked the old man. And then the old man's nose melted off.
I wish for you to leave.
"I wish for you to leave." Gluskabe kept mocking the old man.
And then the old man's face melted off.
Now you're killing me.
"You're killing me, Kekagagili." The old man melted, piece by piece.
Head, arms, torso, and finally legs. Soon he had melted away entirely. And then Muskabe walked away.
And even the ice house melted into nothingness.
Muskabe had been journeying for many days.
He was glad to be going home.
When he arrived at his wigwam, no one was gladder than Grandmother Woodchuck.
Gluskabe, you're home. I'm so glad. I've missed you, Nookmee. You have been to see the wind, the winter, and summer. You have journeyed far, far, far. But you are home now, Buenas. I am glad.
Grandmother, Gazilton, it is done. I've made it so that winter will never be as harsh as it once was.
Well done, Gluskabe. What a gift.
But now, Nimetal Guznawa.
You have finished working for our descendants. What do you mean?
It's time.
Now?
Yes, it is time for us to go.
Where?
Out to the far corner of the land. Meneritila Genagakina. Out to the edge of everything.
But we have worked so hard for our descendants here.
And we will continue working for them, even in our new home far away.
What work shall we do?
I will craft stone arrowheads. Perhaps in the future they will need them to keep themselves safe.
And I will make baked crushed corn for them, in case they get hungry.
Yes, Nickney, let's go. We have a long journey ahead of us to our new home.
And there we shall stay forever.
Yes, Nickney.
Wait, What if they need you? Like, you needed me when you were small.
I will hear them
No to walk.
whenever they call for me.
Wake with them hidden.
For help,
When shall we doll again?
always.
Medicatia.
Even now, even today, whenever one of Gustave's descendants tells a story of him,
He stops his work from them.
He lifts up his head,
And he laughs, and he laughs.
and he says,
They remember me. They remember me still.
Way, way, ya, way, ya, hey, yo. Way, way, ya, way, ya, hey, yo. Way, way, ya, way, ya, hey, yo.
Gustave, we remember him.
Your path and mine have crossed today.
into different directions we now must go.
What matters not,
that the signpost said,
yield, stop, or go.
For a moment, we journey together with your signs.
Along my road,
Perhaps in future lives, we will travel as we do today.
meeting at some crossroads.
then on your path, with my sign, yield, stop, or go.
For stars beckon us to travel across the skies.
Of ancient past, faint echoes of names,
Some urgency.
tribal instinct.
Some voice calls us home.
And for today, before we roam, we are calling Earth.
At the University of Maine. Scabe means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I really think of him first and foremost as a teacher. The way that I understand the story tradition is that he or his spirit will return to the people. I think that idea of him being kind of a hopeful promise is also powerful to me as a Penobscot and as an educator.
Carol Dana. I work for Penobscot Nation as a tribal language person. I teach Penobscot language. And what Guscaldi means to me is like a spirit of creativity and a hope for our people. It's part of our cosmogony, Guscabis and his grandmother, and the teachings that they gave and all the stories that we have of them. It's about growing up and coming of age and also being in touch with your gift and the power of your words and your thoughts. So I guess Guscavi to me sometimes means hope. Hope for the coming generations and those who went before us, their strengths and their gifts and all that they've given us. And that's who Guscavi is to me.
James Eric Francis Sr. I'm the Director of Cultural and Historic Preservation for the Penobscot Nation. Well, Guscavi is, he's our cultural hero. He came to this land, which he considered Turtle Island, a man from nothing, and when he arrived here, his grandmother, Woodchuck, Nukamis, taught him all the teachings, and those teachings he handed down to people. It's kind of interesting when you look at Guscavi's stories. For instance, Gluskab and the Moose is a tale of how he taught people how to hunt moose. And in that tale, he shoots a cow moose and she turns to stone. Well, she doesn't turn into just any stone. She turns into the stone that Gluskab had picked up off the ground and fashioned to a stick, making an arrow. Well, that mountain that she turns into stone is Mount Kineo, and it's one of the largest repositories for stone that's perfect for making arrowheads. Gluskabe is our ultimate teacher. Teaches us how to survive on this landscape, shows us points of reference in the landscape, tells us how to live, how to survive. He is the one responsible for defining what it means to be wetland.
I'm Jennifer Neptune, Penobscot, and I am the coordinator at the Penobscot Nation Museum. When I think of Gluskabe, I think of my connection to the ancestors and to the land. I think of that spiritual connection to the past and also to the future. He's really important in our beliefs as someone who taught the people how to live and how to be human beings and prepared the earth and the animals and the land for us to live, taught us how to live. It kind of brings me comfort to think of him.
I'm Olivia Moore, and I'm a member of the Penobscot Nation. So to me, Gluskabe represents our ancestors, the values and lessons that they've passed on to us, and is a way for our ancestors to continue to guide us in the present.
My name is John Barrett Mitchell. I work at the University of Maine. So Gluskabe is really a teacher. I mean, being put here before people were put here, he really worked hard on learning the ways of the land, what not to eat, what to eat, how to survive in different weather, and how to use natural resources. He learned this by watching the animals. And so by doing that, he was able to teach us. So he was one of our, to me, most inspirational teachers to begin with. I just think of the survival of the Lebanese people being really dependent on him. So I think of him as a keeper of the Lebanese people.
For our young people in particular, to hear these stories, it orients them in the world as a Penobscot or as a Passamaquoddy and Aussie Micmac, and that understanding of both your landscape and relationship between different entities on that landscape. It's all there in those stories about Gluskabe.
I'm Donna Warren. I'm a member of the Penobscot Nation and a tribal elder. What Gluskabe means to me is Gluskabe represents our tradition, the spirits of our ancestors. He represents who we were, and the lessons that he taught are coming back now, and they're coming back in the forms of our Gluskabe stories. And those stories are being told and retold to our children so that they can pass those lessons on and those stories on. And the plays and the media that we do reflect that and carry on the teachings that our ancestors had through Gluskabe centuries and centuries, maybe even thousands of years ago. And that's what Gluskabe means to me.